before religion, before temples, before the Bible was edited and rearranged, there were the archangels. Not winged humans, not soft glowing statues, but towering intelligences, frequencies of creation given form so that we could understand them. Every ancient culture knew them, every mystic tradition honored them, and every empire tried to control the stories about them. So who were the archangels? Why were they so central to early spiritual traditions? And why did later institutions try to silence, shrink, or erase them? Archangels aren't just characters in holy books. They are cosmic principles, the living forces behind creation. In ancient Kemet, they were the Neteru, divine intelligences who balanced the world. In Persia, they were the Amisha Spentis, the seven holy immortals. And in the Essene tradition, they were the watchers of the four winds. In early Christianity, they were guides of the soul's ascent, energies the adept worked with directly. But the real meaning of an archangel is simple: a guardian of a law of creation. Michael guarded divine will, Gabriel guarded revelation, Raphael guarded healing and restoration, Uriel guarded wisdom and earth's flame, Jophiel guarded illumination, Chamuel guarded the frequency of love, and Zadkiel guarded forgiveness and alchemical transformation. They were not separate gods, they were the architecture. In early Christian mysticism, archangels were teachers. You could interact with them, you could learn from them, you could receive visions, guidance, clarity. But later church authorities saw a problem with that. If people could reach the divine directly, they didn't need a priest. So, archangels were reframed as distant beings you were not supposed to access without church mediation. Some were removed from canon, some were renamed, some were demoted, and some were quietly buried. In mystical Christianity, the universe is woven through 7 rays, frequencies of divine light that shape consciousness. Each ray corresponds to an archangel. The blue ray symbolizes Archangel Michael, a ray of protection, will, courage, the blade that cuts illusion. Early Christians invoked Michael directly, but the church later limited those practices because it empowered individuals. The yellow ray symbolized Archangel Jophiel, a ray of illumination and higher thought. This ray was stripped from most church teachings because it encouraged inner revelation over external authority. Pink ray symbolized Archangel Chamuel, a ray of unconditional love, not romantic, but divine. Ancient mystics worked with this ray to dissolve fear, but the church removed these practices to push fear-based obedience instead. Then we have the white ray of Archangel Gabriel, a ray of messages, clarity, birth. Gabriel's role survived because it served orthodox theology, but the deeper esoteric teachings he carried were erased. Then we have my personal favorite, the green ray of Archangel Raphael, which is healing, restoration, harmony. Mystical teachings were common among early Christians until the church banned lay healers and claimed exclusive authority. Then there's the gold ray of Archangel Uriel, wisdom, prophecy, earth's flame. Uriel is one of the archangels removed entirely from the early biblical canon because his teachings dealt with prophecy and personal enlightenment, too independent for church control. Then we have the violet ray of Archangel Zadkiel, forgiveness, transformation, alchemy. This ray taught that you could transmute your own karma. No mediator required. This threatened the system built on confession and penance. The 7-ray system survived through Gnostic, Essene, and mystic Christian groups, but the institutional church erased it because it empowered spiritual sovereignty. It taught people how to connect to the divine internally. Archangels are not to be worshipped. They don't replace God. They don't compete with God. And they don't want devotion that belongs only to the source. You can talk to God directly. That connection is your birthright. But archangels exist because they embody the functions of divine intelligence. Michael is God's protection in motion. Gabriel is God's message delivered at the exact moment you need it. Raphael is God's healing made tangible. Uriel is God's wisdom illuminating the path. Just like sunlight expresses the sun, archangels express aspects of God. You don't worship them, you work with them. They are guides, mentors, and guardians, not deities. Working with an archangel isn't bypassing God. It's recognizing the many ways God reaches back toward you. These energies were never lost. They simply waited for the world to rise into a frequency that could hear them again. They do not replace God, they reflect God. They carry the rays of the one light, and they walk with every soul who remembers how to listen.